What up?
What up?
That's like a scary one.
What's up?
I'm Chris.
And I'm Batman.
And we're like the fucking Blue Boys today.
We're the Blue Boys.
Did not mean to do that.
Blue World Order.
God.
We're taking over.
So this is Talk Super. Not that you could tell.
Yeah, not Talkie CW.
We're here to talk about Dragon Ball. Episode 5 was last night.
Yes, it was.
I feel like it was the first episode where you could say something actually happened.
No. It was the first episode.
Did, though.
It was the first episode. It was the first episode for like I would say the general population that watched Dragon Ball. They're in it for the fighting.
Yeah.
This was the first episode where there actually was fighting.
Yeah.
So that was something.
Yeah. So to recap, Beerus has arrived on King Kai's planet. And
he's looking for Goku. He's looking for the Super Saiyan God.
Yes, he wants to ask Goku about...
Yeah.
He was looking for Goku, but to see if Goku knew anything about the Super Saiyan God.
Yeah.
And, eventually he's like, alright, fuck this. I know the Saiyan's hiding here. Bring him out. And he talks to him. Goku's like, I haven't heard of a Super Saiyan God. And Beerus like, alright, well, this is a waste of time. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And then Goku's like, but wait, I've heard you're really strong. Like,
yeah, because like Goku does, and King Kai specifically told him not to do,
of course.
But he just goes ahead and does it anyway, because he's Goku, and that's what he does.
Yeah, so he asks Beerus to, like, let him test his strength and find out how strong he is, if it's true or whatever. And,
so we go through the stages of, like, Goku going through each Super Saiyan mode and everything, and Beerus just, like, dodges everything.
Yeah, he can't land a single hit on him.
He doesn't think Goku's really worth his time until he turns to Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah.
And even then, he's still, like, you're not worth my time,
yeah.
But, you know, this is at least a little bit more fun.
So with the first 2 Super Saiyan levels, he's dodging every strike. With the third one, he starts blocking them, and Goku believes that means, oh, now I can land a hit on him.
Yeah.
But it ends up being that he just wanted to, like, basically, like, humor him.
Yeah.
And he could dodge
pretty much
even his strikes at Super Saiyan 3. And he's like, all right, well, you finally earned the ability for me to, like, hit you back.
For me to touch you.
Yeah. And then he fucks Goku up. He, like, flicks him, and he, like, touches his shoulder. And
then Goku, like, goes into a crater into the earth.
He immediately, like, powers down and, like, craters on the fucking planet.
Yeah.
And he's donezo.
And the only other thing that happened other than that was King Kai called down to Vegeta on the planet after that happened.
Yeah.
And he's like, Vegeta, don't start a fight with this guy, please.
Yeah, Beerus is coming to find
because he knows that Vegeta is probably he's more of a hothead than Goku, and he would, like, belittle Beerus or, like, whatever and goad him into fighting, and King Kai knows that that's what Vegeta's gonna do, because Vegeta's a prick.
Yeah.
So, so he's like, hey, just for the record, he, like, knocked Goku out with 2 blows, and he wasn't even trying.
Yeah. Which, as someone that, like, if you watch Dragon Ball, you can be totally sure that someone telling Vegeta that someone beat Goku is not going to make him want to challenge them to prove that he can be better than Goku. That would never happen.
That would never happen.
Yeah, so, with, like, 100% certainty, next episode, Vegeta will be fucking exactly the opposite of King Kai fights, just like Goku.
He's going to just try and fight Beerus or something.
Yeah, which we all want to see. No one wants to...
Oh, of course.
Yeah. We don't want these characters to, like, listen to advice.
What fun would Dragon Ball be if Vegeta didn't come out looking like a bitch? So
I would like that. It'd be fun for me.
You know, I feel like that's what a lot of people would enjoy, but it never works.
No.
He'll come in. It's like how all the movies work, where you've got your, like, secondary villains or your minions, and Vegeta fucks all them up, and then the big bad comes along, and then he just turns into a bitch. That's just how the movie's going. That's probably how this is gonna go.
Yeah. So, what stood out to you about this episode? What a great.
They fought for the first time, I guess.
Was it badass?
Oh, so badass. The animation on the fighting was pretty cool.
I like.
I don't.
The new art style we talked about last week when they, like, do certain shots.
With the heavy ink outline.
I don't think I like it. I'm gonna give it a chance and, like, just try to get used to it.
I didn't notice it as much this time.
Really? I noticed it during the fighting, and I was like, oh, this is weird. Like,
the one thing that I noticed in the fighting is, like, when they do the power ups, like, and they've got their aura going. Usually in the fights, if someone's, like, powering up and they're going to the aura, they won't, like, turn it off. It'll just go in and out in certain scenes. When it's Super Saiyan 3, it's never, like, blonde. It's always gold.
Yeah.
And in this one, it was like Goku would power up with his aura and everything and, like, get as powerful as he could, and then he'd turn it off.
Yeah.
And that was was weird and off-putting to me because of we've been so used to Dragon Ball where they just keep it on, where they just keep it on, and then it's only when they're changing scenes and doing everything else that they turn it off.
I kind of thought that was just like circumstantial. Like I don't think it's gonna be that way the whole show. I figured it's just kind of like there's no sense dicking around because I'm just trying to fight this guy and like test it out. Like I don't get show off with the whole aura thing. I'll just just go do it.
Or it would get knocked down if they start getting tired or something. It was just like kind of off-putting to me that he's like powering up, and then just turned it off as soon as he's done powering up. I'm like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. No, it's weird because like I like the new art style in the sense of like, ooh, it's all new and different, but at the same time, I like the old stuff better. It's just a preference thing. Like, I like the general look of Dragon Ball Z better than this. I still like it, but it's going to take getting used to, I guess.
The old one was a lot more... It was more animated in the traditional sense, obviously, because they have to hand draw all that stuff.
Yeah.
One thing that this new art style, because obviously it's computerized animation, because that's way more efficient.
Yeah.
One thing that is bad about the old style is that you'll get a lot of times, because it's hand drawn, where it's inconsistent.
Yeah.
Like people just look like weird and just like
I kind of like that though. Just like,
well, you can tell that it's hand drawn then. Yeah. And this one, it's all computerized, or at least I believe it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But so it's going to be a lot more consistent as far as their shapes and everything. Yeah. But you're right. The heavy ink thing is kind of. I'm not a fan of like the heavy ink outlines. It looks kind of weird.
Like I didn't agree with you last episode when you said it looked cheap necessarily, but this episode I did. I was like, oh, this looks like they couldn't afford to do the normal show. Like it looks like it's weird. Like again, I'm not like super being like this sucks. Like fuck you, Funimation.
Because no, that would be Toei who did it.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
because we know so much about animation.
I'm just saying like it's just like it's new, it's different. Like any like big longtime fan of something is gonna have like violent reactions to change at first, and then like it'll be fine.
And ultimately, I feel like even if we don't like it now, we'll get used to it. Yeah. It's one of those things where we're gonna watch the show and we're probably gonna like it. So it's like. Whatever.
I highly doubt on episode 70 at Talk Super, I'm like, and the goddamn animation style, like, but no, I liked that we got to like see
fighting.
All the I like that we got that. I like that we got to see all the 3 Super Saiyan stages again because it's been a while.
Yeah.
And it also just helps establish Beerus as being super fucking.
And one thing with like the art style with the Super Saiyans is everything is so much more polished now. Mm-hmm. Obviously because they've had 20 something years ahead more in like technology, and it's all computerized, so everything's a lot more polished, more clean.
Yeah.
And the Super Saiyan looks great.
Yeah, it looks really good.
The Super Saiyan, because we haven't seen it all in the new episodes, and it looks fantastic and a lot more polished, a lot more just a lot better. I like that a lot.
Maybe that's my thing. Is maybe I like the less polished thing. It's just like a personal preference. Like,
well, yeah,
I really love the art style.
Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball are from our childhood, so it's like we're always going to be protective of that.
I like that better.
Yeah, so whatever. I think we'll get used to it and like it.
It sounds like I'm making a bigger deal out of it than I really am. I'm just pointing it out because like we need things to discuss and whatever.
Yeah.
There's not really a whole lot like.
This was just kind of a nothing episode.
Yeah, I mean like it's not nothing because it feels like nothing because we've seen this already. We know ahead of time that Beerus, because of the fucking movie that we always have to dance around on this show, we know that Beerus is way stronger than Goku, and like, if we hadn't seen it, this episode would have been mind-blowing. If you didn't know, you'd be like, holy shit, Goku couldn't even touch this guy? Like,
that's what I was thinking about with these episodes, is maybe we should come at it from a vein of, like, that we've never seen it before.
You can't pretend, like...
Yeah, we can. Acting, man.
No, fuck that. I can't believe that Goku couldn't hit him. Like, no, I'm not fucking doing that. Like, but no, I think for someone that like didn't know about that, this would be far from a nothing episode because that's huge because that never happened.
Right, there's a big thing that happened, but all that happened was they fought pretty much.
And Goku gets owned, and he's like, I'm gonna figure out what I can do to come back and challenge him again. That was like his thing.
One thing that I'm really starting to like out of these episodes is. Like the humor with King Kai.
Oh, dude,
King Kai is like the standout so far.
No, dude, the fucking line that Vegeta has, like Bulma's like, "Let's go join the party." He's like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll go hang out with Yamcha."
Yeah.
I like popped. I laughed out loud. I was like, fuck yes, that's amazing. I love like they're starting. You can tell like it's being made now in the era where all of the people involved in the creation know exactly the opinions of the fans on that stuff. So like
they're listening to them.
They know that like Yamcha's the punchline to most Dragon Ball fans. So like they knew to put that in there. Like it's fucking awesome.
Go hang out with Yamcha. That's great.
It was amazing.
But like King Kai is the standout to me so far in this show because of the humor with him, and he's like sitting there like yelling and screaming at Goku because Goku goes, "Hey, what's up?" to Beerus. Is like, and King Kai like. It's always funny to look at the fact that like Goku has no sense of propriety or any sense of like understanding manners at all.
He's just a big kid.
He has no understanding of any of it, and you see like Piccolo and Vegeta and King Kai now and Supreme Kai will always just like rag on him or just get pissed off at him because he doesn't know the proper way to address people because he's like a naive little kid.
Yeah, it's always the Supreme Kai sounds like. When he like is talking like to someone that he shouldn't be or like not showing enough like respect.
That's one of my favorite things about the later Dragon Ball Z. One of my favorite things about the Buu Saga is I know I've talked a lot of shit about the Supreme Kai on this show, but one thing I do like is his interactions with the Saiyans.
Yeah, me too.
Where he's just he's mind blown that Gohan can pull out the Z sword. He's like, oh, there's no way that he could do that. Or no, Kibito was the one who was saying that, but. Like, he's mind blown by that. He sees them be like, oh, I can't wait to fight Boo. And he's like...
Traumatized.
What?
Yeah.
Like, that's a fun, like, little humor. I always love, like, the Kai's interactions with the Saiyans.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I think my favorite part of the show so far is King Kai.
Yeah.
Goku!
He's been good. It's especially cool when you...
You will address Lord Beerus!
When you remember that Sean Shema plays both Goku and King Kai. So he's working off of himself. Like, he doesn't, like...
I'd imagine that they recorded.
I know, but I understand that. I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm just saying, like, you know, like, he's portraying both of those characters super effectively, like, by himself. Like, I thought the fight as cool as, like, oh, it's like the first fight of Super, like, whatever. It was, like, pretty repetitive.
It was just like, Goku trying to punch him a bunch of times.
There's just a lot of punch miss. A lot. Right. It went on a long time.
And, maybe if it was shorter, or if like in the movie, doesn't Goku just go straight to Super Saiyan 3?
I don't really remember, honestly.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but I thought that he just went like straight to Super Saiyan 3 because King Kai's like, you stand no chance otherwise. Instead, this one Goku goes through all stages, and maybe that's because it's the show and they need to fill time.
That's 100% what it is. They need to fill time because like we got the point after the first, like
right, and it wasn't like when Goku fought Boo. And he's showing him, and the first time he goes Super Saiyan 3, where Goku's actively trying to waste time. Mm-hmm. This one was more of, I'm going to go through each stage because we haven't shown the Super Saiyans yet in this show. So it just felt...
It was really funny.
It was repetitive and
I was watching
long.
The episode with someone that does not know Dragon Ball. Like, we were just watching Goku swing and swing and swing, and they're like, is he an idiot? And I was like, yeah, kind of. Like... But if you watch this, he's like an endearing, like charming idiot.
Plus he's like a genius fighter.
Yeah.
So you know,
well, he didn't look like one in that episode because he just
obviously
keeps trying and missing and trying.
Well, yeah, but it's Beerus.
But I should have explained, like, this never happens to him, so he wouldn't just like be disciplined, just keep fucking trying. Like
this is mind blowing to watch someone be like this much more powerful than him at his like strongest state.
Yeah.
Was there anything else really?
I mean, like just like the basic thing of pointing out like. It's good to see at the very end of the episode two things. One, that Goku, we get to see like the elements of Goku that we love, where he's like, okay, I failed, so I'm gonna pick myself up and try to figure out how to do it, how to beat him. Like I'm gonna stand up to this guy. And then also, Goku gets serious for the first time in the show so far because that's the only time he's ever serious when people's lives are in danger or when someone's in danger. And he's like, okay, before it was just like I just want to test it and fight, but now he's like, oh shit, he's going to Earth. People are at risk now.
Right.
I can't let this happen.
Right,
so,
and he's sitting there in King Kai's. Like, he's like, Beerus, are you gonna harm Earth? And Beerus is like, well, no, unless they annoy me. Yeah. And King Kai knows that Beerus gets very easily annoyed, and we know that as an audience that he gets very easily annoyed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll be good to see the show get a little bit more serious. I was talking to someone recently about, like, this show. Mm-hmm. And he's like, how do you guys like Dragon Ball Super so far? I'm like, it's pretty good. There's some filler here, and it's just it's going somewhere, but it hasn't really gone anywhere. He's like, give it a month or so, and it'll become great. So So I'm looking forward to that when the show becomes really good.
And I still love watching it every week, even when it's like fillery and
right. It's Dragon Ball, and they're still keeping the main elements that I like about it. You know, so...
One last, like, super minor thing. I liked that Bubbles and Gregory got lines.
Yeah.
I liked that they were, like, a part of it.
Oh, yeah, Bubbles line of... Woo, 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 woo.
Well, you know. They got a little bit of the spotlight.
Right. You see a lot of Bubbles more than Gregory.
Gregory had, like, full-on, like, conversations with Goku in this episode.
I'm really curious about why they were trying to keep that, like, why King Kai's, like, wall in his house up, because it was already, like, off the ground and was destroyed. They're just going to have to rebuild it ananyway.
I don't know the answers.
I don't know why the little bug was trying to do that.
Well, the links are in the description below. Links to, like, Twitter, our Patreon, stuff like that.
And Facebook and Stitcher, and, well, probably not Stitcher, but...
I'm just fucking lying to them now.
You're right. We're not going to do Stitcher. We're holding out for our pay raise.
I think we are on Stitcher, just not that the link is there. I don't fucking know.
Well, no, it's not going on there until they up our carriage fee.
This is a dumpster fire.
Is it? We're just being goofy.
Yeah. Well, have a super day.